great-granny, granny, mother-in-law, doctor, Mrs., parishioner, lay preacher, friend, aunt, birthday girl. Sheila, mom. Sheila was born 90 years ago on the 28th of May 1927 to the late Arthur, we called him Pop, and Doris, we called Nana, Watts, Strawberry Hill, Twickenham, West London. Correct me if I'm wrong along the way, Mom. She was the younger sister to Peter. I'm going to pass some
number one.
pictures along. You can have a look. This is a picture of Sheila a little while ago with Peter, her brother, on the beach. There you go. If you have a look at this one.
Look at the mouth.
We'll move to PowerPoint one day. Maybe at the 100th we'll use PowerPoint presentation. And I've got another one.
Holograms.
And here's another picture for everyone if you want to have a look. This is Sheila in the middle with Nana on the one side and then Pop on the other side. That wasn't when she was born, it was a little bit later. The Watts family moved to Ashford in Middlesex because Pop was building houses in the area. Sheila started her schooling at the Welsh Girls' School in Ashford. When war broke out on the 3rd of September 1939, the school was taken over by the army, and the school, the pupils and the teachers and everyone else needed to move. So the school was transferred, and Sheila continued her schooling at, is it Powys Castle? Powys Castle. On the, yes, you should know, you did a project on this. Oral on this. Which was on the border of Wales. While at Powys Castle, Sheila decided she wanted to study medicine, but there was no lab at the castle, so she was forced to go to the boys' school to use their lab. I am reliably informed that not much lab work took place as the focus was on the boys. This is great, right? After completing senior school in Malvern, Sheila studied medicine at the Royal Free Hospital in London, graduating in 1950. This one's a bit of a tricky one. I was going to say, like, where's Wally, where's Sheila, but I've cut you that job. Just, she's in the crowd there. So, I don't know, and is Sheila there in the crowd?
Did you fly printed pictures of great grandma birthday?
Oh, well done. It was called the Hen House. You'll notice that it's the women's medical school, and then soon thereafter they insisted that some men come to the women's and the women go to the men, and that was the affirmative action like we've got here. From there Sheila worked in various hospitals, one of which was the Middlesex War Hospital. Is that you in that?
No.
Okay, so one of the hospitals was the Middlesex War Hospital. One sunny day, when the birds were twittering, seemingly a sign of good things to happen that day, two paths would cross. Okay, I made up the bit about the birds. Being England, it probably wasn't a sunny day. Sheila was standing nonchalantly in a room with others when a dashing doctor walked in. That's the dashing doctor. These sound effects are quite effective.
It was.
Are you coming back?
Because we're about to carry on.
Exactly.
Where's that other photo now? I want to see
It's
Nana
coming
and
around
Pop.
there. Oh, Nana and Pop should be coming around. Stop at stand. Can you pass it on?
Thank you, Anne.
Okay, let's try again. Sheila was standing nonchalantly in a room with others when a dashing doctor walked in. She asked the person next to her, "Who is that fellow with the big ears?" Big ears turned out to be a young, handsome South African doctor, Robert Anthony Bailey, aka Tony. Tony and Sheila's first date involved going to Wimbledon tennis with friends in Sheila's Ford Anglia. Tony bought Sheila ginger beer. Even though, we get all the details here. Even though Sheila did not like the ginger beer, she still drank it. Sheila married Tony on the 29th of May 1954. There we are. Exhibit, yeah. Following a short honeymoon in Cornwall, Doctors Sheila and Tony Bailey sailed to start a new life in Port Elizabeth, probably to her parents' distress. It was in the same year that Sheila met someone who was to become her best friend, namely Terry Sheila. Sitting right here. A 63-year-old friendship which is still going strong today. 63 years. My brother James was born in 1955, Jill in 1956, and we family. And after Mom took a deserved breather, as we know, Jill and James have always been hard work. That's why she needed a breather. I arrived in 1960, easy peasy, with a smile and no trouble at all. It's all true. It's written. It's written. Yes, that's exactly what. Where are we here? And 1960 was also the year that Terry was promoted from Sheila's friend to the position of being my godmother. A position which he still holds today after almost 57 years. In 1965, we all moved to Cape Town, and 52 years later, here we all are celebrating Sheila's 90th birthday. Thank you all for joining us this evening. A special thank you to the long-distance travellers, Terry, Colleen, and Beth. From Port Elizabeth. Beth, who happens to be one of my favourite nieces.
Yeah.
One of them. But she has travelled, so I understand. Melvin from Durban via PE. And of course Heather from Durbanville.
Well, this is. It's been a long. I needed a putt course on the way.
To our dear mother Sheila, a very happiest 90th birthday to you, Mom.
Thank you very much.
I know you keep telling us that you won't make next week or the next event, but I'm sure you'll be on this earth for many years to come. We are very glad about that. Happy birthday.
As you all know, tonight is a very special night. Who can guess what is special about tonight?
I can. It's great-grand's 90th birthday.
Correct. Yes, you're right. It's great-grand's 90th birthday. This is a very special day to great-grand. It's 90 years ago she was born, and it's quite a big thing to turn 90 years old. What I like about great-grand. I like great-grand because she always has shortbread in her tin foil. I also like her because she lets me sleep in a spare bedroom. Doing things with great-grand. I like going for little walks with great-gran in the garden with the dog Bernie. We also love watching our favourite TV show Bargain Hunt. We also like playing Scrabble against each other. Sometimes it can get very intense. I absolutely love having breakfast with great-gran. We always have buttered toast. Thank you all for listening, and I just want to wish great-gran a happy birthday.
Well done.
That both these ladies married South African men and came out to South Africa. And I think for me it's always been fascinating. I don't know if my auntie Sheila realized she was marrying the Bailey family. Because she got settled with them. The Evanses, the Morbies, the who knows what. And that's why we're here today. Because we are part of the family, we always have been. And you've always made us part of the family. That's been the wonderful part. Just recently I've gone through sort of personal, very serious problems. I'm retired in March. I've attended my 50th school reunion last week, this week.
Sure.
And
You'd never say so.
I'm now at my aunt's 90th birthday, but I went to New Zealand and I visited some old friends in New Zealand. That was really reenacting the past. And one of the friends I visited was Charles Miller. And Charles asked me specifically to say a few words. Here, for you. He printed it in big printing. I think Charles was trying to say something to me. Charles Miller was a friend of James's at school. And they've been friends for many, many years, and a friend of mine too, of course. And for Charles, it was special to him. So I'm going to read it. It's not very eloquent, bishops, he says, please ask Melvin to read this at your mum's birthday. Here we go. Greetings to all, James, Jill, Gary, Melvin, who we had the privilege to see. Colleen, and especially Sheila. Sheila, I met you as a 13-year-old, that is, 48 years ago. I have enormously fond memories of little vines. There were vines on trellises down the road in those days, and spending Sundays with the family. You were an integral part of my formative years, and I clearly remember thinking of you as the epitome of sanity, kindness, and competence. To an early teen who had just lost his dad, you, James, and the baby clan were amazing to me. So that was from Charles, and as I said, family for him, yeah. And for me, I think from our side of the family, Aunt Sheila was always, perfect. She was always perfect. Everything she did was perfect. But what I really liked about her, because it was natural, she never had to put it on. It was just the way she is. Happy birthday.